Thanks for staying with us. It's still iBrand Daybreak, and definitely we'll continue the conversation here on the show. You can rest assured that Dr. Derek Kayode, the political technocrat, is still with us here to discuss the next issue we will be delving into in just a matter of seconds. Now, 7 names have been proposed by the President, Muhammadu Buhari, to the Senate for screening as well as confirmation, talking about ministerial nominees. On the Senate floor in Abuja on Tuesday, the Senate President Ahmad Lawan read the President's letter where he disclosed the names of the nominees. The President stated that the nominees would take the position of the former ministers who left their cabinets in the letter that Lawan read. According to Section 8, Subsection 2 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria's modified constitution, the letter said in part, quote, "I hereby transmit the underlisted ministerial nominations for your confirmation," end of quote. Now, as I said earlier, Dr. Derek Kayode is still here with us to discuss, the issue of the ministerial nominees as well as the process of nominating ministers as well as confirming ministers as we have right now within our political landscape. Thanks for staying with us.
It's my pleasure still being with you, Samson.
Why do we have, these this instance rather where the president, forwards names without portfolios? That those who have advocated that when the names are being sent to the Senate, the portfolios should be attached to it so that the Senate have a direct closure to the questions they can ask and the ministries that the nominees will head if confirmed. Do you subscribe to that point of view?
It's either way.
Okay.
For me, it's either way. For instance, a situation whereby a non-professional is being given a professional portfolio is what I wouldn't want to subscribe to. For instance,
Ministerial health?
Justice,
Okay.
like health, like power. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But essentially, as a minister, you are just an administrator.
Mm.
And as an administrator, you are just out there to ensure that you bring together the works of various professionals within that industry together, whereby from there you can now come up with policies.
Mm-hmm.
Also, mark you, when a minister is coming up with a policy for a particular ministry, he's not the one doing it. He's not the one doing it. He's just there to coordinate the activities, all right, the suggestions, the postulations of those civil servants.
And permanent secretary?
The civil, including the permanent, the civil servants. Permanent secretary is also a civil servant under the minister. You understand? Bring all those things together and then come up with such policies. So if portfolios are not being assigned to them for confirmation, while they were being screened and they're confirmed, I wouldn't see it as too much, even though it would have been better. But if not, it's not too much of a problem. Because even along the line, the president, within the confines of the Constitution, can still swap them from one ministry to the other within its tenure. So, for me, but the most important thing is we should always ensure that knowledgeable people, people of character, importantly, people of character, are being nominated as ministers.
I was coming to that. I was just preempting my next question. What do you make of the screening exercise? to bring in those people that would serve the public. Well, we've had cases of the so-called screening exercise happening, and those people still are not even credible enough to occupy those offices. So it's a screening exercise. So do you think it should be reviewed to be sure there's actually a screening going on?
You see, when you see the way we do our screening here, in this part of the world, it's not really screening. Screening should include essentially background checks.
Of course.
Background checks.
But that's where the DSS comes in.
I will give you an instance. Look at Pantami. Pantami, who is Minister of
Digital Communications.
Digital Communication. You can see a lot of issues people were coming up with as regards his background. As regards his background. To the sense of people coming up with pictures, coming up with facts and figures as regards his relationship with Boko Haram, his utterances in the past, which is now saying, I'm no more, but you had been. Compare that to when Obama was to become the president of the United States of America. So people went as far as bringing out his comments in his church, one Baptist church.
Yes.
There was a time a pastor mentioned one particular issue in that church. They went as far as taking his even body reaction, his body language towards that. But I mean, do we do background checks here?
Talking about background checks, I mean, isn't that the role of the DSS in all of these screening exercises? The reason is the DSS is meant to screen nominees, ministerial nominees, and those background checks that they tend to carry out. What's the result? Because we've also had allegations, as you said. Pantami is a prime example, but we've had previous, allegations against several ministers in the past. I asked questions, what was the place of, the DSS during the whole background checks? Didn't they find these things out? For example, Kemi Adeosun and the whole, NYC certificate saga and all. Didn't they find out that, especially when she was even screened as a commissioner in Ogun State before becoming a minister?
Samson, you know this thing yourself. Nǹkan tá bá fọ́ sí fèrè ni fèrè máa fọ́ jáde. Whatever you blow, I know you will understand.
I know you interpret so.
Whatever you blow inside the trumpet
Okay.
is what the trumpet will blow out. Who owns the DSS? The president.
Is it supposed to be so? It's supposed to be serving the nation.
That's what I'm saying, that in this part of the world, we don't do adequate background check. Do you understand? The president, you will not want to fault what the president has sent to you, or else you will lose your seat. Kemi Adeosun, do they want to say who among them will say he doesn't know as regards that? They know. It was because along the line, he stepped on people's toes. They said, okay, so you can do that. They now decide to bring out the carpet from my legs. Do you understand? We all know all these things. Then sometimes, ministerial positions are being dished out to pay for patronage. To pay for patronage of either that person or some people. Current Minister of Youth and Sports.
Sunday Diary.
Yes, we all know is a patronage to a particular stakeholder within the party. And so also some other ones. Okay? Now the issue is this. If for instance, a minister is now doing what he's not supposed to do against the interest is representing. They know everything among themselves now,
But
they
that-
just bring it out.
That doesn't.
But the DSS will have been warned not to make mention of that. So the DSS will definitely keep it there.
That makes a mockery of, you know, the so-called screening exercise. I mean,
Well, you are the one saying mockery. They don't see it as mockery.
even in the Senate, you know, former senators have the traditional privilege.
Yeah, they
of
say just
bow
take a
and
bow.
go.
Take a bow. Is that how to screen? Take a bow.
So where's the place
know
of
them-
screening in all of these?
That is to tell you that they know themselves. They know themselves and they are living for themselves, not for you. Not for you. That is why, as they are there, the Minister of Communication, does he want to tell me that he is not aware of what all these service providers are doing? He's aware. Is it not part of his work to ensure that citizens are not being unnecessarily extorted, cheated? It's part of his duties. But what is he doing?
So I'm still talking about screening exercises. Now we understand. Now we have found out these issues. These issues are it's been long standing. The conversation has been long standing. We'll keep talking about it. Of course, people like you wouldn't stop talking about it until there is a change. But then, how can we enforce this change? Just because we don't know, we can't go on like
It's
this.
still boiled down to what we said all the time: systemic problem.
What's the solution?
The solution to is systemic.
Okay.
We have to build a system that can check all of this.
What are those systems? What are
For instance, when Senate is about to do the screening and confirmation, there should be a system whereby somebody like me will contribute. There should be a system in place whereby you, as a journalist, can also contribute. We have a lot of investigators around the nation who can do private background check on some of these people and then supply the information that, look, this person is not capable to be a minister. Look at what he did when he was in secondary school. Look at this fact when he was in primary school. Look at this when he was with the Boko Haram. Look at this when he was working with the Central Bank. Look at this when he was working with AB to Z. So there must be a system in place whereby that is what happens everywhere.
Okay, let's
That's how it's being done everywhere. But here, the Senate will say, come, Samson, because you are son to this person, take a bow and go. Why? Why? Samson is not having NYC certificate, which I am aware.
But something has to
No,
I know you're trying I know that.
It's not his own Samson.
Anyways, let's look at it this way. Yes, okay. Some ministers had to leave as a result of their various ambitions. Some presidential, you know, others governors and all of that.
Don't mention the issue that is happening to the Senate president. Though.
No, I won't mention that. I won't mention that. Although that's also
that one I said is not going to leave that thing for him, which is good.
Yeah, Machina has every right to, you know,
yes.
Hold on to the mandate.
Yes, and we appreciate him if he can still hold on to that thing.
Well, although APC is saying that, you know, his name was submitted, you know, just to fill up the space. That
how can they?
Let's see how that goes.
Is it normal?
That's an aside.
But listen, he did the primaries now. He presented himself for the election. INEC was there. INEC officials were there.
And it was credible.
It was credible. So why will you
But
now?
the party has the right to.
No, that's why the party has no right.
Well, I think the new electoral act says that.
No,
the party cannot withdraw
without
that certificate that has been given to him. Cannot.
Without
except if they now find him that probably is having Odeori. or something like
issues.
that.
Anyways, let's bring this back home. I mean, 7 names have been forwarded. You know, you have Udo Udi from Rivers. You talked about Adegoroye from Ondo State. Umana from Akwa Ibom and the rest of them.
This person from Kebbi. And
yes,
all that.
Let's look at the nominees now. Yes, maybe not popular names when it comes to, you know, Nigerian politics like your Akpabio or your Amechi and the rest of them.
And that's why I said the other time, they might be representing some people's interests. They might be representing some big names that we know. You know, they just finished primaries, and then a lot of squabbles here and there. Those people might be picked just to assuage some other big names within
the party. Okay, but let's look at it.
But Adegoroye has been a recurrent name.
Yes, within Ondo politics.
APC politics in Ondo State. Yeah.
But let's look at it this way. There's 8 months left, you know, for this administration, or rough about a year, not less than a year rather.
Yeah,
you know, for this administration to end. If these nominees are confirmed, what do you think the impact will be? I mean, we're looking at maybe just 2 names are prominent of the 7, but how can they really, you know, have an impact in the various ministries?
What has been the impact of those people there before now? What has been their impact in the economy? What has been their impact? What impact will they now bring within the remaining 8 months? I said it. It's just political patronage. Do you understand? Political patronage. For me, without them, with or without them, the civil servants will work within that ministry. The permanent secretary is there. All those officers are there. But because of political patronage, they just have to put them. What impact? Those people that are there, where is our economy? Where is our economy? So what impact have they made? So what impact with these people? It's the same. It's going to be same. I'm not going to. The aviation minister, tell me, what has he done since he's been there?
Transportation, Amechi at the
What
time.
has the aviation minister done? Where's our national carrier that he went to launch in the UK? Yes, where's that national carrier? The one he's talking about again now. Where's the website? Where's the head office? What is the call sign? These are issues.
In other words, there's a possibility that these people would perform before the
Minister
end
of Finance. Minister of Finance. What has happened to our economy? Digital communication and digital whatever. What has happened to our communication? This thing. What has happened?
All right, Dr. Dayo.
Agriculture. What has happened?
Okay, well, for the want of time, we just have to wrap up this segment. But I still hope that these people, before the end of the tenure of the president, they are able to perform at least, not just sit there and occupy positions, or probably play lip service to some of those things needed in the society.
Lip service.
All right, Dr. Dayo, thank you so much. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Meanwhile, before you end this segment, let me congratulate the lady that always made things to happen at the background, behind the scene. Mercy, wishing her happy birthday and prosperous years ahead. And then the lady of the boss, social media boss.
Actually, she's not in the business scene now. She's not on the business desk.
Okay, Perpetua. I'm also wishing her, the best of years to come.
All right,
Congratulations, the two of you on your birthday.
I'm sure they'll see you.
But I hope they will see me
with cakes and all
No,
that.
actually, you want cakes for fuel.
Look at them.
You want cakes?
Me, I want local rice.
Oh, you don't want the fuel again?
I want local rice.
Oh, okay.
I want them
think
to give me
you get all of that. Thank you so much.
Look at the two of them, man.
Beautiful, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode. We appreciate you. It's always a pleasure having you on the show. You're super amazing.
Can you imagine me looking for at least 5 liters
Just
to cover this morning?
Thank you
The
so
state
much.
of the nation. We appreciate the
Your
sacrifice.
station is growing and your station will keep on growing.
Amen.
One of these days, I know you're going to be ahead of all of them.
Thank you. And you'll be part of us at that time.
Oh, I will always be part of your
Thank
story.
you so much, Dr. Dayo.
Thank you
You're
very much.
amazing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate being here.